Episode 3. Take off. This is how a forward launch looks like. The forward launch should be used when you have weak winds, no wind or backwind. The forward launch is also good for towing, powered paragliding, and taking off on steep slopes. Step 1. Preparing. Good preparation is one of the key elements for a successful forward launch. So it's worth it to lay down the canopy well. The leading edge should be facing the wind, the glider should be symmetrical, and in a banana or V shape, natural arc or middle pulled out a bit. And the pilot should be in the middle. The hands should be sidewards around 3 and 9 o'clock. After the safety check, the takeoff can start. Step 2. Canopy lifting. For the forward launch, the pilots always need forward motion. How fast? Depends on the wind speed. Sometimes it's enough to walk a few steps. With backwind, it should be as fast as a sprinter. Each glider has its own speed that it takes to rise up, so try to find the appropriate speed. When the pilots are moving forward, the glider will fill with air. It's possible to feel it through the risers. Then the pilot should lift the arms a bit to help the glider to rise, but not to push the risers forward or pull them downwards, which is a common mistake and leads to the collapsing of the canopy. So rather guiding the risers upwards instead of pulling or pushing. If the canopy flies sidewards, the pilot should to recenter by moving under the middle of the canopy and applying gentle brake on the opposite upper side. When the canopy doesn't drag the pilot anymore, then it's above the pilot. It's necessary to stabilize and check if the canopy and the lines are clear. This is a very important safety aspect. Step 3. Take off. For the takeoff, the pilot must have enough speed. This can be easily achieved by leaning forward on the chest straps and releasing the brakes completely by pushing the hands up. This way, if the pilot starts running, he can gain enough speed to reach the takeoff speed. It's important that the canopy stays centered above the pilot all the time. If it banks or pitch, corrections should be made using the brakes and moving under it. When there is enough running speed, applying gentle brake, which increases the angle of attack, can help the pilot to lift off earlier. After the pilot reached a safe height, he can lean back, pull up the legs, and sit in the harness. This is how a reverse launch looks like. The reverse launch should be used when you have gentle, moderate, or strong wind. When you need a bit more control during the launch, it is also more comfortable and easier. Step 1. Preparing. Grab the right brake in the right hand and the left one in the left hand. Grab both main A risers in right hand, and with 2 fingers of the left hand hook the right brake line above the pulley. Reverse launch is very similar to what is practiced while kiting, so you can repeat it from there. Step 2. Lifting and stabilizing. Lift the canopy by stepping backwards and with the right hand guiding the A riser upward. Pay attention not to pull the risers towards the body. If the canopy banks sidewards, correct it by applying gentle brake on the opposite side, with the finger hooked in brake line or with the brake handle, and also by moving under the center. It's really important to stabilize the glider above the pilot and to only turn to flying direction when it's in a stable position. Step 3. Take off. The method is similar to the forward start. The pilot should accelerate, gain enough speed, and maybe apply gentle brake to the liftoff. It is very important that you always watch out for the air traffic, not only before you start, but when you start accelerating.